Well, people, I wasn't planning on doing a video like this, but hey, buckle up. It's gonna get fun, or at least interesting. Maybe fun for some of us. We're going to address some quick little things first, though. Because I'm seeing a lot of things on the internet about PlayStation and they're taking people's gaming rights away and yada yada yada. Yes, okay, there was a slip up, and I am a huge PlayStation fan. I have used PlayStation since the PS1. Sorry, I'm not converting to Xbox. Xbox players, Xbox, okay? It, it first come out, it was damn near 2 years after PlayStation released theirs. The thing had Red Ring of Death, corrupt consoles, several things like that, alright? You don't hear about that crap from a PlayStation, alright? It's super rare PlayStation has a problem with one of their consoles. One, I'm a little tired of the false facts running around I've been seeing on YouTube and several other platforms. So that will clear up a few things. Yes, it is true that during a update recently, PlayStation updated the malware and virus protection system in the consoles. Yes, believe it or not, PlayStation actually does that. Okay? It is, however, not true that
under attack?
it is, however, not true that PlayStation is taking people's games away. PlayStation even put out a notice, which I am noticing a lot of people on YouTube and stuff are only telling about half of this story, as always. Okay, and one that drives me crazy. If you're going to talk about something, put out all the proper information.
Please,
don't sugarcoat
let me
it.
Repay you.
Don't put some kind
let
of
me
weird
know if
agenda
you hear or
in it.
See anything of interest.
That's BS. So, I'm going to tell the straight up stuff. Right? You can actually go and search this yourself if you want. I checked on it. And, well, PlayStation admitted that there was an issue with their licensing agreement to play games, stuff like that. It happened when they updated the malware stuff.
I should take a look.
Great. I hate Romans. They're such a pain in the neck. Okay, so and yes, I know that comment was a little random and put in there, but now PlayStation has put out a statement saying they are addressing it and working on it, that was not supposed to happen. In other words, what they're basically saying is something went crazy, and for some reason the thing is causing you to, if you don't sign in after 30 days, you will have to re-agree to your licensing stuff. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It takes a whole few seconds, okay? I had to do it myself a few days ago because of the fact that, well, I was busy in real life and had not had a chance to sign in. Okay? It takes a whole 2-3 seconds to verify your license and go on about your business and play games. They're not taking anything away.
I killed Negan!
Alright? And don't worry, I'll get even with him in a minute. It's hard to talk and focus on killing something. Alright? Now, so, Xbox people want to do this stuff. PC wants to do this stuff. Mostly PC players are doing this because they like pushing the whole let's mod the entire game and make it something it isn't. Okay, and I know people who seriously need to chill on some of the mods. I mean, I'll agree with mods on some of these games. Okay, I have no problem with mods whatsoever. I mean, my older brother, he's modded the most recent Elder Scrolls through the PC. It actually looks pretty good. Okay, so I have no problem with mods whatsoever. But that's the gripe that's coming from PC and Xbox against PlayStation. You can't do this, you can't do that. Their stuff's too expensive, or kind of BS. Alright? Okay, now that we've got that stupidity under control. Alright, so everybody just hang in there. PlayStation has acknowledged that there was a malware update problem that has caused that issue. Don't panic, because if you don't log in for 30 days and you've got to re-acknowledge your agreement, all you gotta do is scan down to the very bottom, check mark the box, and move on about your business. You don't have to repay for anything. It's not taking anything away or anything like that. Right? So, that addresses that. And I've also noticed that there's videos going around that, oh my god, Xbox Live is free now. No, it's not. I checked. In fact, it's still more expensive than PlayStation is. Don't fall for it. I'm going to address on why, because honestly, a lot of stuff has been eating me up. And before anybody says something about me playing violent video games, yes, they're violent. But I don't recommend my stuff for anyone under the age of like 16, 18 years old. I realize there's young kids out there that doesn't need to be seeing this.
Give me one shot. You won't break me. Don't see them.
No. Don't go by what YouTube people and stuff are saying. I have seen countless of them the last couple of days on this stuff. How PlayStation's screwing over their players and yada yada yada. No, they're not. As you can see, I've got mine online. Although I do buy hard discs. Okay? But I've also got some other games on there that I have digitally downloaded. I'm guaranteeing you I can still go on there and play them just the same as I can anything else. Alright? These Ronins are persistent. And annoying.
Kill her!
Oh my god. Don't these Ronins have a life other than harassing people? They're like high school bullies or something. But anyway. So now that we've got the honesty actually put out there about PlayStation and what they're doing and them supposedly taking people's gaming rights away and yada yada yada, they're not taking nothing away. You can still mod games on there if the game has a mod capability on it. Believe me, I have modded the hell out of Fallout 4 on a PlayStation, you guys. So anybody that says, oh, you can't mod on the PlayStation, BS, I've done it. Maybe you can't get the adult kind of mods like you can on a PC, but hey, okay. Do y'all really find that necessary? I mean, for the ones that do it, okay, whatever, your thing, go for it. I'm not trying to piss off or stomp on anybody's toes here. I'm just giving my opinions. All right? So, but yes, you can mod a game on a PlayStation. Don't let anybody ever tell you you can't, because it's a lie. Maybe not all games, but as you can see, this game really doesn't need mods. It looks pretty damn good just the way it is. But hey, I'm being impartial with that one because of the fact that I've always loved Ubisoft's games, especially Assassin's Creed. Which I have to say, I am looking forward to Black Flag coming back out. I hear there's a lot of interesting things coming with that. And I also hear a bunch of lies coming, but hey, again, you got Ubisoft haters out there. A lot of them I hear the same comment from. You can't mod their games. But that's because they put so much in it, it doesn't need to be modded. I mean, y'all can see I'm playing AC Shadows. It looks wonderful, if you ask my opinion. Valhalla looks great. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Now for the rest of this stuff, okay? Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be one of those times where I actually, unfortunately, feel the need to get political. Because I've seen enough. Okay? I am so sick and tired of seeing the double standard going on. Alright? So, well, buckle up, buttercups. I'm about to hurt some liberals' feelings. Okay? Because y'all have a double standard on this planet. It's like, you want to ban all weapons, all guns, all knives. You want to ban everything you can kill somebody with. But what's the first thing you do when you don't agree with somebody? You have some left-wing lunatic go out there with a gun and try to assassinate somebody like the president. Or you beat somebody stupid because you don't agree with their political views. Or you get up in their face and get insulting with them because whatever reason, you just want to shut them up. You want your damn freedom of speech and your freaking darn rights, but only when it's convenient for you. Yeah, I'm going to stand there for a minute because that's how irate I am at the moment. Okay? Because this is ridiculous. Okay? Anybody who actually sees this stuff and they're so brain dead in the head that they can't figure out that the liberals have a double standard and all this stuff is nonsense. You've got a problem if you're falling for this stuff, okay? Seriously, you are. I mean, for example, every assassination attempt that has happened with Trump, liberal, it's been some whacked out liberal person, all right? We're not going to go into the full list I'd love to mention. But We're just going to call them all liberals. That's easier. Okay? And I'm sick of it. You got double standard. You get people out there that have their head so far up their backside. I mean, come on. I mean, either their head's up their butt or something. They got their head up somebody's butt. Probably a rhinoceros's. But think about it. They'll use your own heads for a change. People out here running around, we want to ban all firearms. We want to ban all firearms. How the hell has that ever worked properly? How about instead of banning guns and banning knives, I mean, you stop and think about it. If we ban every blasted thing on this planet that you could kill somebody with, guess what? You ain't gonna have anything left because somebody will figure out how to beat somebody to death with a 2x4. Technically, by rights, they ban clothes too. You can strangle somebody with your shirt. We'd have a bunch of naked homeless people running around the planet. There'd be no buildings, there'd be no clothes or any cars or anything like that. You know what they're going to do? Bad people are going to do bad things regardless if you ban everything or not. They'll pick up a rock and bash you in the head while you're not looking. They'll beat you with a tree limb. Sneak up on you and throw you in a lake and drown you. You want to ban water too? Liberals just irritate me to no tomorrow. Okay? And I'm sick of seeing this. Okay? And the first thing liberals and Democrats want to do, as soon as something like this happens, they want to turn it around to their narrative and state, oh, well, we need to downplay violence and we need to back off on gun purchases and ban them and take away people's knives and stuff like that, when they're the ones taking to social media and calling for this stuff to happen. What did they think was going to happen if they got on social media long enough and actually said enough threats and stuff about Trump and the darn Republicans being Nazis and Hitlers and everything else? What in the world did you think was going to happen? I know one thing, none of you will ever answer that question. Okay? Because you ain't got no brain. Liberals and Democrats, well, we might as well just say liberals. That's easier, okay? Because it's not all Democrats, but it is a vast majority of them. I can name off several. Most of them I would name off. If they had 2 brain cells, they'd still be dumber than a pet rock. I mean, seriously, with these people, I mean, when they got in line to go get a brain, God said, do you want a brain? They thought he said train and said, no, I don't need one. Yeah, I told y'all, I'm going to bash the hell out of some people on this one. And honestly, hey, you stop following me, fine. It meant you're probably liberal. And this whole pronoun BS, I want y'all to think about that. Pronouns. Really. Has anybody ever sat and checked the list the alphabet people have for their pronouns and stuff? You stop and read the definitions. I mean, come on, people. I grew up with a learning disability and a speech problem, although you can't really tell the speech problem now because I managed to overcome a good bit of it. But sit and read the definitions for all those darn letters the alphabet people have. I'm not calling out their full name because that is a tongue twister from hell. All right? And it's ridiculous. Why in the world do you need that many blasted dang pronouns to identify somebody? I'm sorry, somebody comes up to me and says, I identify as this. Do I know you? Well, no. Then why do I care what you identify as? You're a stranger. I don't have time to sit and listen to somebody's pronouns. Sorry. But think about all these different letters. All right? And I'm not going to sit here and ramble them all off because, one, there's too many to flip and remember. And it's ridiculous. I mean, Lord have mercy. There's more darn letters in that group than there's dots and dashes in Morse code. And if you stop and read the definitions of every single one of them, even though they proclaim there's more than two genders, your definitions prove that there isn't. Think about it. Go read the blasted definitions for each one of those pronouns. You'll see that even they agree that there's only two genders. But yet they'll sit there and argue with you, there's more than two genders. No, there's not. I'm at the point, I could care less about these people's grievances. These people are mental. Period. All right. Seriously. Come on, people. The gun violence, okay? Instead of banning guns and weapons, why don't we do the intelligent thing and start locking up people who do violent crimes and quit blaming it on an object that can't do a blasted thing without some loon behind it? I know people, I've got family members, okay, that are trained military people, all right? I'm not going to mention their names, but I will support them until the day I die.
I can't get caught here.
Because I know what they've put themselves through over the years. All right? They fight, and they have fought, or they're fighting now, to give people the right to be little pain in the necks. Okay? And while we're discussing this part, I'm going to throw this in as well. No King's protests? Y'all do, please tell me that you liberals have enough sense to realize that if our president right now was a king, you wouldn't be allowed to protest. You realize in China, if you go out and protest their government and everything, he puts you to death. Okay? Try that in a hardcore radical Muslim area. See how quickly that works for you. And for you people that are actually supporting Palestine, Hamas, and saying we need to give them rights and stuff, and if you haven't noticed, most of them are the alphabet people. Go over there and defend those people in person with your technicolored rainbow hair. Let's see how well that works for you. Because I honestly foresee a lot of people being flung from the top of buildings, since that's what their laws are. Anybody tells me otherwise, trust me, don't go there with me. I'm fed up with the lies, the junk that is being drip fed over social media. Okay? So, and I'm not going to rant all day long like this because I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, even though there is a lot more I would love to address. Alright. But just ask yourselves. Alright. Grow some common sense. Everybody has it from birth. It's a natural instinct in everybody. Use your own brain. Quit letting the rest of the world control what you say and think. think for your blasted self for a change. Okay? Because I'm telling you, all this darn liberal woke ideology, it's exactly what it is. It's just an ideology. Being pushed by people that have nothing better to do. Alright? So, I want y'all to stop and do your own research for a change. Because honestly, if you go back and check, and I know I'm treading on thin ice here, not that I really care. So, you go back, and I want you to check every supposed mass shooting, the girl down in Texas, the guy in Walmart quite a few years back, the one in West Virginia, the 3 now assassination attempts on our president, the Charlie Kirk assassination. Go do your darn hardcore research, figure it out for yourself, but you're going to find out exactly the information I'm about to say. Every one of them were liberal, woke, and part of the alphabet culture. Hey, don't get mad at me over the facts. I'm not even expecting you to totally believe what I'm saying. Do the research for yourself. You can find it. It doesn't take rocket science to figure this stuff out. And while we're on the subject of assassinations and liberals and some of the disgusting things that are going on, I'm going to address this one too. Just a few days ago, the report states that young black guy, I think they said he was about 14, 15 years old, and a young white girl, probably roughly about the same age. Okay? Apparently, the young black guy wanted the girl's phone number, address, whichever, okay? She was refusing. Okay? Instead of him being the proper person and the dignified guy and just moving on like, okay, well, she won't give me her number, maybe some other girl will. Picks her up, body slams her into the hard sidewalk, and stomps her head like she's a piece of fruit. The hell? See, this is why there's so many people worrying nowadays. What the hell? You that pathetic that you can't get a number from a girl any other way but then body slamming her into the hard concrete and then stomping her head? Like, that's really going to get her number, dude. Congratulations. Another sign of somebody with some severe brain malfunction. Come on. Y'all don't believe me on this stuff. Hey, you can look it up for yourself. I don't care. And most of this is just my honest opinions, you guys. I mean, it's your choice if you want to believe me. Like I said, this is just my opinion on things and things that I see on a regular basis. Y'all are welcome to take my opinion or not. I'm not even going to force you to watch this whole little video. But I am going to challenge each and every one of you to actually sit down, do the research on your own. Don't take somebody else's opinion on stuff. As far as the bashing on people saying PlayStation is trying to take gamers' rights away and take their games away and keep them from playing their games, no, they're not. The malfunction during a malware and virus protection update that kind of messed with the system. PlayStation's already said they're addressing it and working on it. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get another update really soon that fixed the whole mess. Why, people? Why? That's all I have to say. Oh, actually, I don't want to know why, because honestly, it's probably going to sound ridiculous as all get out. But this stuff of liberals and wokeism, where are y'all's brains? Liberals pushed the hardest for gun control and anti-gun and everything else. Who is it that you see the most on the news media picking up a gun and going out to try to kill or kill someone? Liberals. Wow. Talk about some weird darn double standards. Another prime example of people who are dumber than a pet rock. Seriously, we need to go back to the 80s. Do an argument, they settled that argument. There wasn't no big crowd, no darn, I need to go get my gang together before we fight, just in case you get the upper hand. None of that crap. It was this person against this person, everybody else stayed the hell out of it. 90% of the time, I guarantee you after that fight was over, those two people became the best of friends. Believe me, I've seen it too many times. In fact, I actually did it one time. Yeah, guilty. I am a Gen X. I grew up in the 80s. Best damn time to be raised, too. No technology, well, there was technology, but it wasn't nothing like social media and smartphones and all this craziness that's out there now. We can get brainwashed by our smartphones like most of the younger ones now. But, these liberals aggravate me to no end, and all I am saying is I've pointed out a few things, it should have been obvious things, and y'all do the searching, the research and everything for yourselves, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say, like, try to prove me wrong or anything like that, but I am going to put out a warning for people. If y'all have been across those PlayStation is taking our gaming rights away videos, pay attention to one thing. Their comment section's locked. Can't comment on it. Know why? Because they don't want anybody to step up and put out the actual facts and the true information about what's really going on. They don't want to be exposed as not putting the whole information out there. It's the same thing with a lot of these liberals that go online and they post all this cruel and controversial stuff about Republicans and patriots and constitutionalists being these Hitlers and stuff like that. Pay attention. Every one of them's got the comment sections turned off because they don't want people to try to prove them wrong. They want their facts to be facts, and that's it. They don't want to be told that they're not getting it right. Me? Hey, I'm not turning the comment section off on this video. You want to come on there and tell me I'm wrong or something? Hey, at least look up the actual facts. Post a link into the comments so that I get a chance to read it. And if I find out the facts you put in there were right, hey, I'll openly admit it. But if I find out the stuff you posted and the link you posted was false, guess what? I'm going to go find the real facts, post that, and counteract you. Because, seriously, y'all don't sit and just believe every goofy story out there. Alright? And as far as this goofiness with all these darn attacks, I mean, what about that poor Ukrainian girl? Charlotte, North Carolina. Stabbed to death while riding a subway train just because she's sitting there and she was white. But the courts have stated that black cannot stand trial because he's not mentally fit. What? You let a mental Republican do that crap. See how fast they stick a darn needle in his veins and inject him with a lethal injection. See what I mean by double standards? You want to ban Iraq? I'm not sure that's possible. I mean, you could try. I mean, liberals are liable to try to ban anything. I mean, all I'm saying, you guys, is one, do your own research. The story about PlayStation shutting down gaming for people and taking away gamers' rights is not true. It was a mishap that happened with an update, and they're working on it. Xbox Live, I just did the research on that a little bit ago because I come across a video that said Xbox was taking their Xbox Live to free. No, they're not. In fact, they're still more expensive than PlayStation is. I don't care what console you play on. Hey, to each their own. Whatever you like the best. If you like Xbox best, go for it. If you like PlayStation best, go for it. If you like PC only, hey, go for that. Have fun with it. It's what gaming is all about. It's about having fun. Alright? But all this junk that's going on in the world, best advice I can give most of y'all is turn off social media and enjoy life. Go outdoors. Listen to the birds sing. Have a fire pit in your backyard. Roast a marshmallow. Something. Okay? Quit believing every little detail you see. And as far as liberals, oh my God, y'all have got to learn to quit having double standards here. Okay? 1 minute you're trying to ban all weapons and firearms and stuff like that, and the next minute you're trying to kill the president. What in the Lord's name is that? Okay? We need to ban all firearms. And what's the first thing you do when you lose your temper? Grab up a gun and try to shoot somebody. Yeah, okay. Liberals don't like guns, but they'll certainly be the first one to pick one up and try to use it against somebody when they don't agree with them. What happened to people just discussing their differences and working out their differences and everybody agreeing that everyone on this planet, surprise, surprise, has the right to their own opinion and freedom of speech? It's called the First Amendment, people. Well, I mean, and yes, it is backed up with the Second Amendment, which is the right to keep and bear arms. I'm not going off the whole thing. Yes, I do know the entire amendment, and I'm not sitting here trying to quote it all off. Right? Because most people with a brain knows this
On my watch.
without a problem. There are too many Ronins in this game. And they are very annoying. So, hopefully I've talked some sense into some of you guys. And got y'all to start thinking for yourselves. And you know what? I wasn't actually going to do this, but I want y'all to go back and research this stuff for yourselves. So I'm going to point out some names in politics right now that have been calling for the most violence of anyone. When have you ever heard of a Republican getting on social media and directly, fully calling for violence? Don't come at me and say, oh, well, what about when Trump tweeted this or tweeted that? Half of that stuff, if you read it and you take it to him being serious, you have a problem. Okay? But let me tell you some names that have full on called for the violence of political opponents and for Republican voters in general. Okay? How about AOC, Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer? Okay? Y'all can check it for yourselves, people. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, I'm encouraging you to go do your own research and figure it out for yourselves. It's called being human beings. Last time I checked, God gave us the right to have our own opinion. I don't think I've ever seen anybody running around with a wire stuck into the back of their head and hooked to a modem. Unless you're a robot, or you were in the Matrix movie, which isn't real, people. Okay? I don't know about y'all, but I haven't got a cable coax hooked to the back of my head. I haven't got an Ethernet cable hooked to the back of my head. I certainly wasn't born with a Ethernet card and a Wi-Fi card in my head. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe some of y'all were, and y'all are bolted into like this large computer that controls your brain and makes you think what you need to think and stuff. Everybody else believes in wild conspiracies. Why shouldn't I start one? The point is no, none of us was born to be anything but what the good Lord made us to be. Okay? So, and we're not going to get into that fully because I really will hurt some people's feelings on that one. So, at this point, for the people who think that Trump is a king and that Palestine, Hamas, are a great country, well, y'all fall into the category that, of being dumber than a pet rock. Seriously. I mean, y'all are those liberals that think that way, that want to ban all firearms and more gun control and everything else. Check the crime rates in the states that are full constitutional carry and then put them up against the states that have the most gun control. Here, I'll even make it easy for you, okay? Research New York City, Chicago, Illinois, California, period. Check those three. I guarantee you will find their violent crimes go out the roof. These people have the most gun laws. Do your honest research. You'll find out that I'm right. But again, hey,
Hello, you there?
some people were born with their own brain, okay? Yes, for anybody that's going to point out the fact that, well, I grew up with a learning disability and all this other stuff. Yeah, so what if I did? Even though I grew up with a learning disability, barely, and I do mean barely, got a high school diploma, I'm still smarter than most of your liberals today. Because I like having my own opinion and my own thoughts. I don't have a wire hooked to my head. There ain't nobody telling me, a rocket blueprint. Yeah, you're hilarious. Point is, okay, that it's ridiculous, people. Look at the double standards going on. Think about it. We're not robots. We're not clones. This ain't Star Wars. Okay? No. Last time I checked, we didn't live in a communist country. I'm pretty sure most communist countries won't even allow y'all to watch these streams. I'm pretty sure, though, that everybody who follows and is subscribed to me and my wife here realizes that they have some common sense in their head. Okay? Yes, I'm giving y'all some credit. Okay? And I mean that. Because I have yet to have seen somebody get on here and say, guns bad. No. Idiots with guns are bad. I'm just going to say that. Alright? I mean, I have a couple of firearms. Doesn't matter what they are, anything like that. Doesn't matter. I can honestly say my guns have never walked out of my house and done anything bad to somebody. You know why? Because a gun can't do diddly squat unless the person behind it is a whack job moron. And I'm sorry, those are the ones we need to be banning and getting rid of because they're the ones doing all the harm to everybody. You don't need to ban the tool, ban the person using it. I mean, some of these liberals out here are, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to get really rude and rough with this comment, but these people are prime examples of people that their mamas should have swallowed. Kind of like this big bald guy that's throwing me around. Hey, just because I'm shorter than you does not mean you can pick me up and throw me like a rag doll. That's just not cool. Gotta be a brave person to pick up a person that's like 5'3" and swing them around like they're stupid. I mean, come on. Yeah, that guy's got to be a liberal. He resorts to throwing rocks. But anyway, you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me get myself beat up a couple of times while running my mouth. And maybe I put some common sense in a couple of y'all. Because it's ridiculous. There's too many people allowing social media and the thoughts of one side or the other fully dictate how they think. Yeah, hello. I don't know. I'm honestly at a loss for words at this point because it's just ridiculous. But like, you guys, I'm pretty sure everyone who has subscribed to me has a brain and some common sense. Okay. So y'all get that this is my opinions. Not forcing any information on anybody. All I'm saying is do the research for yourselves. You'll find out that it's a possibility that a lot of the stuff I'm saying is true and facts. Just gotta look for it. Well, since unfortunately I do have a real life and have to tend to real life things, I always got at least one jokester in the bunch that want to come up and say something like, I want to ban rocks. Wow. Yeah, I know this person is joking, okay, so. Sorry about that. For some reason, my headset decided it wanted to shut off in the middle of me talking. Oh my god, it's a hacker! They're turning off my headset! Yeah, okay. No, I'm not being serious with that statement. It happens from time to time. I mean, things lose signal. You guys, I mean, the whole rock comment, though. I mean, this person actually is making a joke and said they want to ban rocks. Well, you've just banned just about the entire planet since it's mostly made up of rocks. So great. Now, not only do we not have guns, knives, clothes, houses, because hey, you can beat somebody over the head with a hammer. So we can't build houses because you could use a piece of wood to kill somebody and beat them to death. You could possibly strangle somebody with a shirt or maybe even a pair of pants. I mean, some people's socks, just holding them up in front of people would kill them if you smelt some people's feet. Um, so we'll just ban everything that um, can like kill somebody, and then of course then afterwards we have to start actually banning the evil people because they're just going to run up and strangle you with their bare hands. So hey, now we've got rid of the entire planet. Anything we can live in, any tool on the planet, we've got to get rid of cars because you can run somebody over with one of them things. And trust me, I've seen some of these young people drive nowadays. That's a dangerous thought. So now we're just nothing where planet Earth used to be because we banned everything that can potentially kill somebody. Yeah, real genius. Again, instead of banning the tools that evil people use to kill people, why don't we start holding the evil people accountable? Doesn't that make better sense? And people say I'm the one with the disability. I got more brains than most of your liberal Democrats. Go figure. You guys, I said this a minute ago, and then I kind of got on a tangent. Y'all think about what I said. Do your own research. Use your own brains. I'm pretty sure God gave all of us one. Okay? And me, I'm going to go do some real life stuff and hopefully get all that stuff done to be back in time to possibly do another stream later without political stuff in it. Because honestly, I hate doing political stuff on my channel. Me and the wife set out to do this channel for fun and entertainment. But it's gotten to the point to where I felt it was necessary to do this. So, you guys have a great day. And again, I'm going to throw out this warning. Any of you buttercups and snowflakes to get easily offended or you get mad because someone has a different opinion to you, you might just want to steer clear of this video because remember, I grew up in the 80s. I am a hardcore Gen X. I have no problem hurting people's feelings if I have to. And if one of you buttercups or snowflakes decides to make comments in my video, well, one, probably going to get you banned. And two, I'm going to do another video that insults you even more. I can promise you that. So, let's not get rude in my channel. Because I can promise you, I've had more experience with being rude and sarcastic. And that being said, y'all have a great day. And try not to get into any trouble.